Greeting, lovelies. Welcome to Academia University. So, this video is similar to our last video where we talked about ways to simply romanticize our life. I knew it took a while, but bear with me, y'all. Your girl works full-time, and this is a new journey for me, and I'm really excited to start this YouTube channel. So, last time, I discussed about different ways to romanticize our precious lives, but this time I'm going to get more in depth on how to do those things on a budget, like something budget friendly, because we are all about saving money, guys. We live in an economy where everything's pretty expensive. Inflation is extremely high. We're not getting paid at our jobs that well unless you have like a really good career where you bring in a good monthly income or annual salary or whatever. But yeah, no, this channel, we're gonna talk about all of this, like how to prioritize self-care, self-love, empowerment, but on a budget. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so because we're all about saving money, we're just gonna make sure we do the things we love without feeling like there's no hope. I will also put down the links of the things I recommended on the description down below to help my sisters out, because like I said, we are all about helping each other grow. Also, I know the sound quality on my last video wasn't that great, but I'm definitely planning on getting a microphone, so y'all, please bear with me. So yeah, let's get into it. So we talked about practicing mindfulness, and that one is pretty cheap because you don't necessarily have to spend money on that topic. You can Google daily affirmations and post them in your bathroom mirror or vanity set. For instance, saying, I am loved, I am creative, I'm happy, I see love, I feel love, I am love. Like, saying all of these affirmations are, they're nice. Like, they make you feel confident. Make sure you're not just repeating them, and that say it a couple times so that way you like, not you're not just saying it, you know what I'm saying. And another one that is pretty popular on social media is the one where it says, I don't chase, I attract. What's simply meant for me will find me. I love this one, y'all. That's my favorite one. Like, I be catching myself saying it like like 5 times a day, like out of nowhere, and it makes me feel good. Like, after saying it, I feel really great. Also, the Bible is the perfect tool for daily affirmations. That one is the first one, especially if you're spiritual and you grew up in a Christian household. I'm pretty sure you guys have a Bible, and if you don't, you can download the app. The apps are easier for me, to be honest. I prefer it because I don't have to walk around with a Bible, and it gives me daily verses and encourages me to use the app on a daily basis. And I also prefer the English version because it's easier for me to understand the message. The King James version, I don't know, the ones where it's like thou shalt not, and I can't. I don't know. I just want to be able to understand the message without any complications. And I feel like, it just confuses me. So the English version is so much easier for me to understand. And another thing I do as well is journaling. If you have the iPhone app, there is a new update where you can journal on your phone. But honestly, I prefer writing my own thoughts. It's more therapeutic for me, if that makes sense. But I don't know, it depends on you. So yeah, that is one that is pretty easy and budget friendly. Also, listening to podcasts, music, etc. Pretty simple and less cost efficient. Oh, and I also have a couple self-love journals that I purchased on Amazon, and they're pretty good. I'll put them down in the description. And yeah. So the second one was creating a morning routine. And honestly, that shouldn't be costly, y'all. It's pretty simple. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you shower, you stretch, you drink some tea, etc. I mean, you get the idea. Moving on, the next one is my favorite, which is turning your home into a happy place. I feel like that one is more important. And the reason I say that it's more important is because that is where you spend majority of your time. That is your safe space. And you know, that's where you are basically waking up, spending your time on the weekends. So if you can find a way to make it your happy place, that would be such a huge contribution to your mental health. Yeah, so it could be buying little cute decorations or having a specific spot where you decorate so that way when you're in a bad mood or you choose that designated area for a specific thing that makes you happy. I notice that plays a huge role towards my mental health and productivity. So I'm not saying you have to be like an interior decorator or designer, but there are, a lot of cheap ways that you can enhance your home and make it look really nice. I usually like to go to the dollar store, believe it or not. They actually have really cute decorations, and I usually tend to go over there when I have the extra funds to make my house look really nice. It's very cheap. The most I would spend on a decoration would be like $3. Yeah, and you'd be surprised. The second spot I like to go to as well is Home Goods or TJ Maxx. They're a little more costly, but if you have the funds to do that as well, you can. But my number one favorite is going on Temu. I am a Temu girly, y'all. When I tell you that app has me on a chokehold, okay? They could take all my money. um yeah, but I usually like to go on Temu. I buy the favorite things that I like to buy on there are the wall stickers because I'm currently renting. And when you're renting, I know some people like to repaint their house and stuff, but that's just too much work for me. And I barely have the time because I'm always at work and I'm also going to school part time. So, doing that, I mean, I can make the time for it, but I just don't see the point. Unless if it's a house that I own, then yes, I would definitely do a little interior decorating project. But because it's a house that I'm renting, I don't want to mess up the walls because once your lease ends, you have to basically go back to square one and basically place everything back to where it started. Like, if you rented the house and the walls was white, you have to go buy. It's just too costly and just too much work. So what I do is I purchase stickers on Temu, word affirmation stickers. It could be like wall arts, and I just place it on the wall. And when my lease ends, I just take it out. And the stickers are not even expensive. I bought them for like what, $5, $3, and I definitely notice it makes a huge role in my happiness. Like sometimes before I go to sleep, I'll look at the arts and stuff. I know it's very minimal, but I don't know. I feel like that's one way, and also buying the fake plants is definitely one of my favorite things to do. I tried the real plant stuff because I'm renting at an apartment building. I don't have the luxury to open the windows. I mean, I do have a window, but like I feel like I would have to have more space if I wanted to be a plant girly and constantly looking after them and stuff. I am not that mature yet. I wouldn't say mature. It's just it's a lot. Being a plain girly, I didn't know it was that much work. So I just buy the fake ones for now. And the fake ones look just as nice as the real ones. So yeah. So definitely look into that. But honestly, that is one of the most important things to me. I'm still working on the inside of my home, and so far it's looking nice. It's not 100% what I wanted to, but yeah, you could start off small. You could start off with the kitchen, the bathroom. As long as starting and you're doing something towards your mental health, then that is important. So you don't have to do everything all at once. You can start off really small and work your way up. The next one is also important as well. It is creating a self care night routine. Ever since I started creating a nighttime routine, I definitely noticed that my face has looked much better. Um, I'm not really gonna get into the products and stuff because I know everyone has different skincare types, different skin types, and I have really dry skin, so definitely making research and looking into what products works with your skin type is important. And I keep my skincare routine very minimal. Um, I don't know. I'm not really into having like 20 products on my face. I just do the face wash. Um, like the mask. I only do the mask on the weekends. Whatever works for you. And then I like to do like the gua sha. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Bear with me, y'all. I have an accent. But yeah, I usually do that every single night. I put oil on my face and then I do that treatment. But I do notice that has definitely helped me with my confidence. And another thing that I really like is the, what do you call it? The bump stickers. That has really been a huge help because before I used to pop my pimples a lot, but ever since I've been using the pimple patch. I said bump stickers. Oh my god. Yeah, the pimple patch that has definitely helped. At first, I'm like, oh my god, like does this really work? And then my friend told me about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is great. So yeah, that is a must, ladies. Definitely a must, especially if you wear lots of makeup every day. And then you come home, you definitely have to have a FaceTime routine that helps because human beings are very superficial, and your face card is important in the public eye. Believe it or not, that's the first thing people look at. So you want to make sure that your face is nice and clean and it looks presentable. So yeah. Moving on to the next. Reconnecting to your childhood hobbies. This is for the girlies that have spare time. So, if there is something in your childhood that you like to do, I don't know if it's crochet, um, roller skate, dancing, whatever it is, if you have the spare time to do it, I would definitely recommend doing that. So that way you're not chilling in the home scrolling away on your phone and chilling in the house all day and, just not enjoying life to the fullest. So that one, I'm still working on that one because I've been busy. But one of the things I have started doing is playing on my old Nintendo 3DS. I know people are using like Xbox or whatever. And I'm starting off small. Like I've always kept that one, so I was like, hey, it's just sitting there. So I've been using that, and it's been really distracting in a good way. So instead of scrolling on my phone, I just play my little Mario games and Sonic. So that has been helpful. So it doesn't have to be any outdoor activities. Whatever it is, if you are a girly that loved playing Nintendo 3DS or Game Boy and you still have that, I would definitely use that. Believe it or not, playing games. I think, yeah, that's a hobby. Crossword puzzles is my favorite. I love doing that, especially when, let's say, if I'm taking the train. So instead of scrolling on my phone, I usually purchase the book at the dollar store. The dollar store has a lot of crossword puzzles. That one definitely helps and it enhances my vocabulary as well. Painting is one of them. Arts and crafts, whatever it is, definitely recommend doing that. The next one is buying yourself flowers or plants. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't have to be the real one if you're not one of the, girlies who doesn't have the time or dedication to tend to the real plants. You can always purchase the fake ones. The fake ones look just as nice. Yeah, as long as you make your house look nice and feminine and pretty. I do notice that buying flowers, the fake ones, definitely helps my environment. It makes me feel more girly, more feminine, and every time I walk by and I look at it, it just, I don't know, increases my dopamine. So yeah, if you're not into that, there's also wall arts that you can do, whatever it is that makes you feel feminine and pretty. Definitely recommend investing in that as well. The next one is listening to music. I feel like a lot of us do that. Listening to music is therapeutic. Whatever genre you like to listen to, depending on your mood, that is super helpful as well. I usually listen to music on my way to work or when I'm driving on the highway because I feel like that's when I could blast on the radio and not have to worry about my neighbors or blowing my eardrums off. So, yeah, you could have like a designated time to when you want to listen to your music the loudest without having any restrictions or any concerns. So, yeah. Moving on to the next, which I find that is really difficult, and I would think that is difficult for others as well because we live in a world of technology now. Everything is electronic. It is disconnecting from technology. Uh, with that one, I wouldn't really stress too much about it, but if you can set a goal where you disconnect from technology altogether for like an hour or 30 minutes or like in the beginning of your day instead of grabbing your phone because that's what most people do is grab their phones and scroll on social media for like a couple minutes before they start their day. I would definitely suggest limiting that in the morning. But with me, I'm still working on that because it's a little hard. It really is. So, if you can do like a 1 hour limit every day, I feel like that definitely plays a huge role in your mental health because that's when I'm like, oh, okay, oh my gosh, like look at this book that I've been meaning to read and I never did. And you tend to forget about projects that you started on or books that's just collecting dust on your bookshelves or nightstand. And I do notice that I am definitely, I feel like at ease when I'm not on my phone, just scrolling, like doom scrolling all the time. So that has been really helpful. So what I do is I like at nighttime before I go to bed, instead of scrolling on my phone, I would replace that with reading a book. and that has definitely been really helpful. In the morning, I do tend to scroll on the phone because, I turn off my alarm and then I notice that I had a notification on my phone, and instead of just turning off the alarm and starting my day, I tend to get distracted by the notifications. So that definitely is hard, but I believe that you guys can definitely do it. So I think the easiest start for me was doing that at nighttime. I do notice that reading definitely helps me to sleep faster because when I'm scrolling on the phone, I just end up scrolling for hours and I can't fall asleep because of the whole blue light thing. So, when I notice that I'm reading, I tend to fall asleep much faster. So, if you are one of those people that have a habit of being a night owl and not being able to sleep, I definitely recommend reading. It could be whatever genre that you are interested in. And I notice that helps. I don't know, let me know. But that is definitely helpful towards my sleeping patterns. Which brings me to the next one, investing in your self improvement. I definitely noticed that um, with that one, I noticed that one is definitely helpful. If you don't have the cost to do it, like going to school and paying for stuff, there are definitely ways that you can do it. One of the ways that I invested in my self improvement was getting a library card. And that has been really helpful because at first I was buying books on Amazon, spending $20 to $30 or, more than that. And the books would just sit there and take up space. But I noticed that when I rent a book, it forces me to read it because I have to return it within a certain time frame. So I definitely suggest getting a library card if you don't have one. And there are a lot of perks when you have access to a library card. There are a lot of courses that you can take with it. You would just have to ask. I'm not sure how different it is with certain states, but the state that I live in, I have access to LinkedIn Learning, and I'm able to use that to strengthen my computer skills, my Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, um, navigating through emails and how it functions. And the courses are for free, y'all. So instead of going to a community college and spending hundreds of dollars, you can use your library card and do that instead. So that has definitely been helpful. Yeah, and also there are a lot of apps that make it easy for you to learn different languages, like Duolingo. This is not a sponsorship, by the way. Duolingo has definitely helped me. I mean, it's not like, like a big thing, but learning how to say foods or pronouncing words and saying different colors in another language, it definitely helps. So I have been doing that as well. Another app that I also use is hold on, I'm looking for it right now. It's called Elevate. With that one, you have to pay a subscription, but honestly, when it comes to increasing my you know, mental health and my vocabulary skills, my mathematical skills. This has been super helpful for me because I get to learn new dictionary words. So, um, yeah, that one is good. So every day, there's like a new word that you learn. And if you have an iPhone, you could add the widget on your phone. So every time you go on your phone, you get to see that new word and, memorize it. And it has mathematical problems as well, vocabulary skills, basically the whole shebang. So if you're into that, that's great. The subscription I think is $40, but there's also a lifetime subscription, and I think I did the lifetime subscription so that way I don't have to worry about paying monthly. And yeah, that one is good as well. Also, YouTube is a good self improvement. You don't have to pay. If you do not want to pay, you can also go on YouTube and learn how to speak different languages or, learn anything else. And Google, our best teacher. Google is free as well. So, whatever it is that you want to improve on, if it's learning a different language or mathematical skills or your vocabulary skills, I definitely recommend investing in that as well. Next one is creating a healthy lifestyle. That one is important. I know it's hard, especially if you are a student who is going to school, working, juggling multiple things at once. If you have kids or you're doing everything all by yourself without any support. It can be hard, but it plays a huge benefit towards your physical health. So it could be just by eating healthy and going to the gym, uh, taking hike walks in the summertime, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, but like I said, starting off small is really important. One of the ways that I create a healthy lifestyle is by eating more healthier instead of eating junk food. So I make research on healthy recipes and what fruits and vegetables is good for me, what are the benefits of that. And also exercise. I have been doing that as well because as you get older, these things are super duper important because when we get older our bodies don't function the way that it used to, so you want to start off as early as possible so that it doesn't cost you much more later on. So I think the two important healthy lifestyle is your mental health, eating healthy, and going to the gym. Like with that, those three things right there, I definitely would not play around with and would do that as much often as you can. Which brings me on to the next, which is learning the art of dating yourself. Dating yourself, I know it is really hard, especially if you grew up centering men around your life, which most of us did. We grew up watching a lot of fairy tales and Cinderellas or princess movies. Most of the movies that we have watched were romantic movies where they centered men in our lives. So we grew up thinking that, that is, yeah, basically the key to life. And don't get me wrong, having a partner is great and all, but prioritizing that only is detrimental to your health because this generation, it is really hard to date nowadays because women are, well, I wouldn't say women in particular, but with online, it makes everything more accessible compared to back in the days. So centering yourself and learning how to go out on solo dates and exploring new places by yourself definitely helps, and it helps you to not depend on a guy to take you out to a restaurant or buy you flowers. So whatever it is that you would like to do while dating someone, I highly recommend just doing it yourself so that way when you do find someone, you're happy and you're not depending on a man to make you happy or buy you flowers or take you out to eat because you were already doing those things before you met that special guy or whoever that, you end up meeting. So I definitely recommend doing that. Before I was one of those girlies who would never go out or wear that special outfit. I would wait for someone so that I could do these things. And now I just go on TikTok and, find new restaurants or explore new cafes by myself. I know it's hard at first going out alone. It can seem like everyone's watching you, but once you start doing it, I I'm telling you, it is the best feeling in the world. Like, I recently started going to movie theaters by myself, and when I tell you, it is so much better because I don't have a distraction, pardon me, and I don't have to worry about someone like talking in my ears, or you tend to focus on the movie much better. And I don't know, I feel like that is one of the things that I really love to do alone now, is like going to the movies. Going out to eat by myself, I'm still working on that, but I have been going to cafes alone, and I would bring my little iPad or, one of my books, and I would just sit there sipping on my lattes, and it just feels amazing. It feels like I'm making love to myself. Like, I know that sounds weird, but it just feels so wonderful. So, one of the challenges that I want you to do is to go somewhere that you love going to, or, somewhere that you would want to go to with someone. Go by yourself. And, do that as often as you can. And that would definitely play a huge role in your life. And the last one is treating yourself like the main character. Yes, treating yourself like the main character. I know it sounds selfish, but we live in a selfish world. And honestly, that is the best thing you could do for yourself. Just treat yourself like the main characters, like in movies. And like I said, you are that, or you are that girl. And just, yeah, just you are that it girl. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going through life just passing by, just think about you being in a movie. Like, I know it's very delusional and cliche, but just think of you like, if there's a movie that you like, or a character that you like in a movie, or that you wish that you could be, that just think of you being that it girl in the movie, and just treat life as such. So I know it's cliche, but you have to treat yourself like the main character. Otherwise, you're just going to be one of those extras in the movies, and you're going to miss out on things. So you have to be selfish and treat yourself like that girl. Okay? So yeah, this is the end to the video. I hope that you got to learn some, tips and tricks, or whatever it is that I mentioned that will help you along your journey. And I'm really happy that you clicked on this video. And if you listened all the way through, just bear with me. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, but so far, I like it so far. And I love giving tips and helping out other people, especially if we don't, especially the ones that don't have friends, or, good moral support around them. This could be your safe space where you come to YouTube and you listen to your favorite YouTuber give advice, and, listening to me just yap on. But yeah, I am really liking this so far, and thank you so much for listening and for watching. If you like the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, or comment if there is anything that you would recommend that would help out our followers or subscribers. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. And yeah.